St. Jagosi Saturn of the Five Elders, the Defense Science Warrior God. The title of Chapter 1 Piece 1094 that we're going to cover today. So I'm going to go through that with you guys, but before I do, I just want to say if you do enjoy the content, please like and subscribe and be in the loop for all the latest One Piece and other manga content. Now, let's jump straight into it. Here we can see Atlas telling the Vegapunks about their new mission to take out every marine on the island, and then we can show, I guess it shows the flowchart of authority. You can see Vegapunk below the Five Elders, then Sentomaru below, then whoever holds an authority chip below that. Then we can see a zoom out of Egghead with all the marines. They can tell that the order's been issued from Vegapunk, so this ain't gonna be good. The pacifistas get the orders. They turn on the marines who are trying to run away from the pacifistas, and they just blow them to Kingdom Come. These are some really good panels here, actually. I do like these. Then you see one marine cowering behind some sort of debris as the explosions are going off. Explosions everywhere, pacifistas shooting lasers everywhere, bloody insanity. And then one of them saying, does this mean that Vegapunk has left the dome? The other one's saying, over there, Atlas, quick, we have to find Bonnie. And that's not one of the marines, actually, that must be one of the Straw Hats or one of the Vegapunks. Bonnie's on top of the Vega tank, trying to find, no, Atlas is on top of the Vega tank, trying to find Bonnie. The Vega tank's driving around. I guess they're all looking for Bonnie here. Sanji finds her, as you can see, and Frank is quite shocked. He says, for real? And of course Sanji, when has his lady radar ever been wrong? Sanji's a ladies' man. If there's one there, he'll sniff them out. And then Vegapunk tells them that the radar doesn't sound very scientific, but they're going to have faith in him. He is a man of reason and science and all, so he has taken a risk here. And of course Sanji appreciates it, but the tank's too slow. Boom. Almost looking like Kizaru. He shoots off to race after him, and then it cuts to Bonnie. As we can see here, she's fighting with a bunch of people. You can see him fighting the marine with the stick with a dial as well. That's what it was. I couldn't remember before. The dials, the seashells from Skypiea. So he's got, I don't know if it is a dial or just a giant seashell on the back of it, but yeah. Anyway, she pulls out her guns. There she is. One of them spots him, and yep, she uses her NDE, near-death experience, so the spoilers were right about that. It's a bunch of marines. When she touches one of them, they turn into like a skeleton, which I guess is meant to be them hallucinating. Then in this bigger panel, we see the Vice Admiral with that stick standing there. All the marines are sort of flailing about on the floor. He's basically saying what's gotten into you guys, but they're freaking out. One of them says he saw the river Styx, something. They're hallucinating their deaths. Of course, they're going to see all sorts of weird stuff. And one of them tells Bonnie to stop. The pacifista won't let her pass, and she's wondering why, because the pacifista should now be on their side. But it turns out it's Vice Admiral Bluegrass who is on top of the pacifista, which I guess is that devil fruit they mentioned in the spoiler. When if she's riding anything, she can control it. So I guess that is true. She does have complete control of that. And someone's basically saying that don't panic, dearie. It's only this one unit which hasn't been affected by the new orders. She made it her personal ride because she's the driver woman who can basically hack anything with the ride fruit. And she says taking you will lift the age curse on the subordinates. Pacifista's about to charge the beam, saying daddy sama daddy, because she's about to get blasted to Kingdom Come. And then she asks for all the years back as she blasts her, but she leaps out the way, tumbles down. Someone tells her, Sanji I guess actually tells her not to freeze up like that. Luck sama. She sees that Sanji's there. He knows that Kuma's her dad, and then this other Vice Admiral jumps in to try and take her out. But boom, of course Sanji, ladies man, top dog, king, wing to the bloody next future king of the pirates, sweeps in and saves her. Of course he does. This is Sanji Kuma talking about here. Vegapunk tells her to hop in the tank. Then they basically try to head back to the pacifistas, because they don't have any more business here. We do actually cut back to the Labostratum here. You see the Labostratum. This is clearly the fight between Luffy and Kizaru is continuing. Kizaru's got a job to do. He can't carry on playing around. He's got a mission. He's got to execute it. And Luffy's basically saying that that's the idea. He's doing his job as well, trying to hold Kizaru off for as long as possible. And then he says there's a problem. Luffy tries to get after him, and he goes, Luffy's there. Zoro's there as well as Lucci, so they're facing off still. Maybe it'll show us a bit as we go further down, but we can see Jinbei saying, what's this ominous presence? They're saying hurry. Some of the marines are like, don't tell me it's him. And then we can see the black silhouette with the gleaming eyes. We all know who that is, as they say, pacifista units, cease all action immediately. One of them notices that it's strange the pacifistas aren't trying to protect him anymore. They ask Vegapunk if he forgot the orders, and he's saying but only people with a higher authority charge can, and he's saying those people are the 5 elders. And then a magic circle, dun dun dun, appears out of nowhere. One of them notices, says that basically we've got to hurry because this is kind of peculiar, some weird stuff's going on now, we don't want to be caught in this. And then a warning goes out to all Marines, tell them to be advised, Saint Saturn of the 5 elders is about to make landfall on Egghead. And one of them like, huh? 5 elders? They're here? Oh no. Basically saying that any Marine below the rank of Commodore is hereby ordered to avert their gaze. Transgressors will not be forgiven, so basically don't look at him when he's here, which is strange. I guess they don't want people to know too much about his devil fruit. And then there's some sort of explosion. It appears they're riding some sort of... It looks like a giant rope. I don't actually know what it is. And then Vegapunk's basically saying that they're the most powerful authority figures in the world. But we're getting out of here. That shit don't matter. We're gone, cuzzy. We're peacing out. And Sanji notices how something's coming out of that circle. It's rising slowly. Some of the Marines notice it. And yeah, as one of them points out, they're not supposed to see it. And then BAM! His head just pops. And then here he is. The man. The myth. The legend himself. The highest authority of the world government. 5 elder planets. Defense science warrior god. Saints J. Garcia. Saturn himself. And as he points out, he almost can't remember the last time I came to surface. We can't remember it at all because this is the first time we've actually bloody seen it. And yep, as they pointed out, it does look like some sort of spider, mythical Zoan looking thing. It's weird because from the silhouettes with the situation with Cobra and Sabo, it doesn't really look like any of the silhouettes we saw. From what I can remember, I could be wrong, it's been a while since I've seen it. But yeah, as they point out, what is that thing? And then one of them's telling to look out from above. And of course it's Kizaru. He's about to shoot his laser, but Luffy's behind him. And he huffs himself up, turns himself big, turns Kizaru to hold it. And Kizaru, yeah, basically just questions why he ain't at his limit yet. Frankie reminds Luffy that they're counting on him. And as Kizaru fires that beam, Luffy jumps in the way, gets hit by it, uses his Gomu Gomu no White Star gun, basically just kicks Kizaru straight in the face, who says, oh, this isn't good. Oh no, now I'm really... I think it was Luffy that actually said that. Now I'm really at my limit. One of them shouts, Luffy, Luffy-kun! And he starts tumbling down, does appear to look quite old on his face, and then we can see again quite an ominous looking Saturn saying, Nika. Their ancient rival has returned. Then we see a big panel here of silhouette, well, not really a silhouette, you can see some detail of it from behind. So yeah, it's a giant spider with some horns and like that fiery cloud looking floating thing that a lot of the mythical Zoans have. So I would hazard a guess and say it is a mythical Zoan. Luffy crashes to the floor. The Vega tank crashes by the look of it, comes apart, and then there they are. Frankie's asking Vegapunk if he's okay. One of them asking Atlas Chan if they're hurt. Atlas Chan says, no, I'm fine. And Vegapunk says, Saint Saturn, I assume. Saint Saturn says, in the flesh. I see you've managed to cling on to life, Vegapunk. And then someone is remembering himself that they've given the order Vegapunk. Bonnie nicks one of Zoro's swords, I think, off Zoro. Although that does look like Sanji in the background, so maybe it's her own sword. Leaps this, and basically there's some more like flashbacks or monologues saying, but if we do that, Takuma erases individually completely. Make sure there's no traces of him. So I wonder if it is maybe Saturn that was saying that. She leaps in him and stabs him with the sword. Some blood comes out, and Saint Saturn has been pierced by her fury as she's crying. I doubt she's done any damage, but you know what? She tried, so props to her. But anyway, that appears to be the entire chapter. Quite a good one. We finally get to see Saturn reveal himself. He's a bloody monster looking at him. Hopefully we get to see him use some more abilities. It's quite interesting how he can blow people's heads off. I wonder if that's part of his devil fruit or if that's a separate weapon entirely. But I'm sure that's going to be revealed to us. So I can't wait for the next chapter. Finally see him fight, hopefully. But yeah, that's all for this chapter. So again, guys, if you do like the content, please like and subscribe and stay in the loop. And yeah, as soon as the next one out, I'll get that right to you guys. Okay, thank you all for watching. Peace out.